Good afternoon, Chief Nish. Prabnoor from Parvasi Media Group. Recently, we have been seeing that there are a lot of advisories being issued by the Peel Police to ensure the safety of the residents of the Peel region. They are given advices of parking their cars in the garage, of making sure that it's been logged. It leads to an implication that the residents of the Peel region, they're on their own. They're responsible for their own safety. How is Peel Police ensuring that the residents feel that the police have their back?
Well, thank you for that question. And it's a great question because what it reminds me of is the work that we're doing towards education is working. We are sharing those advisories because, as I mentioned, one of the 3 strategic priorities we decided on as part of this summit was the need to educate our community, keep them informed, and let them know what they can do to protect themselves. So I appreciate that you have had the opportunity to see some of those advisories. They're intended to keep our community safe. As far as what our police services is doing, we have laid more charges, made more seizures, and done more investigations in the area of organized auto theft than we ever have. But again, the reality becomes that enforcement alone is not enough. It needs to be coupled with education, community awareness, and prevention. And, it's a great conversation we had with some of the chiefs. I believe it was Chief McSween that was talking about prevention and education. Maybe if I could invite him up.
Thank you. So what I would say to that is creating awareness for people is not to suggest in any way that our community is on its own. But the community does need to know what's happening in as close to real time as possible so you can take the appropriate action at your end to be safe. And a lot of those messages that the Deputy and Chief Diriapa talked about, we, not unlike any of the other chiefs up here, we share those messages on a regular basis to make sure you have the best information to help protect yourself. Because as we talked about today at the summit, the fighting of crime prevention, it's a shared responsibility, not just among our stakeholders, among our chiefs, among our boards and our elected officials, but the community plays a key role in that. And that's the reason that we share those messages in as real time as we can so you have the best information to help. Thank you.
And also, I would like to mention that it has been noticed that the youngsters or the teenagers, they are highly vulnerable to be involved in crimes relating to or revolving around drugs and auto theft. So is there any special initiative or program being carried forward by the Peel Police to ensure the lesser involvement of teenagers, youth, or even international students surrounding crimes surrounding auto theft?
Well, I think not just here in Peel, I think any one of our municipalities, we are always challenged with how to invest in, from a constructive standpoint with young people, to mitigate any vulnerabilities, whether they be, behavior related that leads to criminal activity. So we're working extremely hard here in Peel. We've got lots of programs for young people that aren't necessarily defined by a school. They're in the community, and the youth engagement piece is significantly one of them. We, just like many other agencies, have divisional teams and community neighborhood teams that their role is to also ensure that they educate young people with the risks and potential harms of being involved in certain activities. And clearly that is part of the role when I think Deputy Milanovic spoke that our commitment is increasing awareness and communication. It also does, relate to the individuals that are involved in the activity, and they're always going to be part of the equation.